Hello there, Year 4s, it's Mr. Conway here. Now for today's how-to guide, it's a bit of a double bubble because this is going to help you with today's maths lesson and also tomorrow's maths lesson. So use this video for both maths tasks, okay? So your maths task today is a bit of a project really. Today's task is to collect some data because then in tomorrow's lesson, you're going to be transferring that data into a line graph, okay? And I'm going to show you both parts of these in this video. So your task today is to record the temperature in a certain area, okay? So this is the one that I've produced, okay? So I've got the different times, and the area I went to the playground, okay? When there was no children outside, I quickly ran out to the playground with my thermometer to check the temperature. So when I went out at 9 o'clock, the temperature outside was 14 degrees Celsius. Notice how I've created this table, and this layout will really help me when it comes to transfer this into a line graph. It's very organized, it's very clear, so I recommend you do a similar table as well. So I've got time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12. I've been using 24 hours, so this is now 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, the temperature outside was 14 degrees. At 10 o'clock, it was 16 degrees. At 11 o'clock, it was 17 degrees. At 12 o'clock, it was 17 degrees still. At 1 o'clock, it was 18 degrees. And at 2 o'clock, it was 18 degrees. At 3 o'clock, it dropped down a bit to 17. Then by 4 o'clock, it was down to 15 degrees Celsius. Now then, you have an option here. If you do not have a thermometer at home or some sort of digital device where you can collect the temperature, you can either pause the video now to have a snapshot of this data, or you could go into this very useful website, which is bbc.co.uk/weather, and if you type in there Wantage or wherever your hometown is, it will tell you the temperatures throughout the day, so you can always get your information from this website. So that's today's task, but I'm now going to move on to what tomorrow's task is. And tomorrow's task, I'm just going to leave that to the side for now, is to create a line graph using your data that you've collected. Okay, so this is my data. I now need to move this data and plot it on a line graph. Now then, when you're making a line graph, you've got two options. You can either use squared paper if you have it at home. If you don't have it, you can just do the similar thing to what I've done here, because I haven't got squared paper with me today. So I've still drawn my y-axis and my x-axis using a ruler to keep it nice and straight, but even though I haven't got squared paper, I can still make sure my measurements are nice and straight. Along the x-axis here, I've got time in hours, and that was 9 o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock. Okay, so that's the piece of information that I have here, 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and this is my x-axis. Along my y-axis, I've labelled it temperature in degrees Celsius. I've gone from 0 and I've gone up, my landmarks go in ones all the way to 18. But why did I stop at 18, do you think? Have a look at my data. Why did I not go to 20 or 22 or 50 or 5,000? Well, actually, if you look on here, 18 is my greatest number in this set of data. So I don't need to go any further than 18 degrees. So that's why I've gone from 0 to 18. I've also made a title for my line graph playground temperatures throughout the day. Okay, so this is what you want your line graph to look like before you even start. And just one final thing to mention about on the bottom, I've made sure that I've got equal spacing between each time. And because you're doing a line graph and not a bar chart, and this is a marvelous mistake that a lot of year 5s even make as well, your time needs to be on the line. Okay, so where your landmarks are here, your times need to be actually on that landmark. Now with a bar chart, sometimes we use the in-between parts, okay? But you want it to be on the line because you are making a line graph. Right, now you've set up your table, it's time to actually plot some of your data. So first of all, at 9 o'clock, according to this, the temperature in the playground was 14 degrees Celsius. Right then, so I'm going to go to get my ruler. 9 o'clock is right here on this line, actually on the y-axis itself. And I need to go up to 14 degrees Celsius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to put a big X there. Okay, my X needs to be on the line. Okay, that's very important, it has to be on the line. Let's go back to my line graph, 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, it goes up to 16 degrees Celsius. Right, so go back along my x-axis to 10 o'clock, and I now need to go up to 16 degrees Celsius. Now, if you've got squared paper, this would be quite easy for you to make jumps, but I haven't got squared paper. Instead, I'm going to use my ruler to help me, okay? So I've got 10 o'clock, put my ruler on that line. Now I might do it on this side so I might see it a bit better. There we go. Nice and straight, as straight as you possibly can. And I need to plot 16 degrees Celsius. So 16 is here. I'm going to try and imagine there's a line going across. And I need to put it across about here. Okay, so at 10 o'clock, it was 16 degrees Celsius. Next, let's have a look. 11 o'clock, it's 17 degrees Celsius now. Okay, so 11 o'clock, 17 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to go to 11 o'clock on my x-axis, 9, 10, 11, and this time I need to go all the way up to 17. So make sure it's all in line, stay on the line, so you are plotting a line graph. Make it as straight as you possibly can. Now it's a bit tricky with that square paper, but it still works. 17 is here, so I'm just going to draw a little imaginary line, and I would say it's about there. So at 11 o'clock, it was 17 degrees Celsius. Now, I'm just going to plot one more, because quite an interesting thing happens here. The next time is 12 o'clock, midday, and it's 17 degrees Celsius again. So have a think. What's that going to look like on the line graph now? So 12 o'clock, so far, everything's slowly creeping up. But at 12 o'clock, 17 degrees, going to continue that invisible line. It's about there. These 2 points are exactly the same, just at different times. They are both 17 degrees Celsius. Now then, I'm not going to complete the rest of it because I want you to have a go at this, okay? So make sure you continue in that methodical way. You go to your time, you find your temperature, you use an X, and you stay on the line. Once you've plotted the rest of your temperatures, you can then join them up. Now then, top tip for joining a line graph, to make sure it is a straight line, you must use a ruler. And here, where they are both 17 degrees, you'll notice on the line graph, it stays completely flat. So there you are, Year 4s. It's over to you now to complete the rest of this line graph. Any good examples, please send it in to Good Morning Charlton, and I'll make sure I include it in one of our upcoming episodes. Other than that, please enjoy your line graphs, and I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a good day.